Hi, boys and girls. Guess what? Today is a special day because we are going to read the very end of our book, Love That Dog. So we're going to finally see how all of the parts come together and how the story ends. May 21st. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That was the best news ever. I can't believe it. Mr. Walter Dean Myers is really coming to our school. He was coming to our city anyway to see his old buddy, and he would be honored to visit our clean school and meet the mostly nice kids who like his poems. We sure are lucky that his old buddy lives in our town. Wow. May 28th. The bulletin board looks like it's blooming words, with everybody's poems up there on all those colored sheets of paper. Yellow, blue, pink, red, green. And the bookcase looks like it's sprouting books, all of them by Mr. Walter Dean Myers. Lined up, looking back at us, waiting for Mr. Walter Dean Myers himself to come to our school, right to our classroom. Wow. May 29th. I can't wait. I can't sleep. Are you sure you hid my poem that was inspired by Mr. Walter Dean Myers? I don't want to do anything to upset him. June 1st. Mr. Walter Dean Myers Day. I never in my whole life ever heard anybody who could talk like that Mr. Walter Dean Myers. All of my blood in my veins was bubbling, and all of the thoughts in my head were buzzing, and I wanted to keep Mr. Walter Dean Myers at our school forever. June 6th. Dear Mr. Walter Dean Myers, thank you 100 million times for leaving your work and your family and your things people have to do to come and visit us in our school, in our class. We hoped you liked your visit. We think maybe you did because you were smiling all over the place. And when you read your poem, you had the best voice, low and deep and friendly and warm, like it was reaching out and wrapping us all up in a big squeeze. And when you laughed, you had the best laugh I've ever heard in my life, like it was coming down from way down deep and bubbling up and rolling and tumbling out into the air. We hope we didn't ask you too many questions, but we thank you for answering every which one, and especially for saying that you would be flattered if someone used some of your words, and especially if they added a note that they were inspired by Walter Dean Myers. And it was nice of you to read all of our poems on the bulletin board, and I hope it didn't make you too sad when you read the one about my dog Sky getting smushed in the road. And I think you liked the brownies too, right? Thank you for coming to see us, Mr. Walter Dean Myers. Inside this envelope is a poem using some of your words. I wrote it. It was inspired by you, Mr. Walter Dean Myers, from your #1 fan, Jack. Love That Dog, inspired by Walter Dean Myers, by Jack. Love that dog like a bird loves to fly. I said I love that dog like a bird loves to fly. Love to call him in the morning, love to call him, hey there, Sky. And that is how we will leave Jack after finally meeting his favorite author in the whole world, which just goes to show that if you try hard enough to maybe get your favorite author to come to your school, it could happen. Our poetry word for today is called personification. Personification is a way to give non-human objects, so objects that are not humans, human qualities, so things that only humans can do. So in Jack's poem, when he's talking about Mr. Walter Dean Myers being at his school, he says that Mr. Walter Dean Myers' low and deep and friendly and warm voice felt like it was reaching out and wrapping us all up in a big squeeze. So a voice can't reach out and wrap someone up in a big squeeze, but we give it that quality so that we can understand, so that Jack can use those words to describe what Mr. Walter Dean Myers' voice was like. So it kind of helps emphasize how caring and compassionate and warm his voice was so that the reader can understand it. Other examples of those are things like the flowers danced in the wind. So flowers can't dance, but if the wind is moving them around and they're going back and forth, it kind of looks like they're dancing, like they were humans or something. Another example is the sky was angry. So if the sky is dark and cloudy before or after a thunderstorm, it can look angry, where you know that the sky can't feel anger, but using those words kind of helps describe what's happening. Personification can add descriptions to our pictures or to our poems and help emphasize ideas or show pictures that help readers understand what is trying to be said. So if you go into your folders, you'll find a worksheet on personification. And after that, you are done with your reading section for this week. Congratulations. Bye, everyone.